To today's video. This is a B1 level grammar lesson. We're continuing to talk about articles, more special use of articles, and also when you don't need to use an article. Alright, so we're going to match the pictures to the photos. Please write your name at the top of the page. That would be picture C. Your head needs to be in the center of a passport photo. That's picture A. And their house is at the end of the street, picture B. So we use the with words like top, bottom, left, right. So his name is at the top of the page. He's sitting in the corner of the room. You drive on the left in Australia. We are having a picnic in the middle of the park. And Carla lives at the end of the street. Alright, so now try to complete these sentences using the with the noun. The vase of flowers was in the center of the table. The city of Ankara is in the middle of Turkey. Some very strange creatures live at the bottom of the ocean. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay were the first people to climb to the top of Mount Everest. The woman on the right of the picture is wearing a necklace. Douglas Adams wrote a book called The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. The 5th century AD is known as the beginning of the Middle Ages in Europe. In India and Pakistan, you must drive on the left. Alright, now we'll do some additional matching. My brother is a colonel in the U.S. Army. That would be picture B. My sister is a nurse in the Navy, picture D. Brandon works in the fire brigade, picture C. And Charles has a new job in the police force, picture A. So we use the with some groups of people. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the police, the fire department. Alright, now use the with a noun to complete these sentences. A priest or father works for the church. The fire brigade puts out fires but also does many other tasks. My brother loves planes and jets and he wants to join the Air Force. And the Navy provides protection in the oceans around the world. But remember that we don't always use the. We don't normally really use the with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So Abigail eats breakfast at 7 a.m. each morning. Lucas ate an enormous lunch and doesn't want to eat anything tonight. So here are some other examples where we don't use the. Cassandra is in hospital. Actually, this is sort of a British tradition. Usually in the United States, people do use the with hospital. They would say Cassandra is in the hospital, so that's just a difference between American English and British English. Garrett is in prison, and I am at home. So we do not use the in these expressions when we are thinking about the general idea of these places. So go to work, to be at work, to start work, to finish work, to go to school, to be at school, to start school or to finish school, or to go to university, to be at college. But we use the for specific places. Jonas is in the hospital at the corner of King and Chapel Streets. I go to the school across the street from my house. All right, these are other expressions without the. So to go to prison or jail, to be in prison or jail. Again, this one is there's a difference between British English and American English. In America, would use the to go to the hospital, to be in the hospital, but in British English they do not. To go home, to be home, to stay at home, to come home, we don't use the with home. And to go to bed, to be in bed, to put to bed, again, we don't use the. All right, use the noun without the. I'm going to put the baby to bed. He needs a nap. When are you coming home? I want to prepare dinner. The judge sent the man to prison for 2 years. And Judy will have an operation tomorrow and she will be in hospital for 5 days. If you're using British English, in American English we would say the hospital. After I finish school, I want to go to college and become a doctor. I'm not sure that it is a good idea to send people to jail. It seems like such a terrible place. Bianca usually starts work at 8 a.m. She's a police officer. Let's stay home tonight. I don't feel like going out. All right, and then here's a chart to just summarize when we do and do not use the. We use the when we are talking about a specific place, the hospital where Alan works, that specific hospital, the school where they specialize in art, that specific school. Without the, when we are talking about in general, Clayton is in hospital, the general place where you go when unwell. Again, this is different in American English. And Bailey is not at school today, the general place you go to learn. All right, so now decide whether you need the or not, and then add in the nouns. When I was a child, I went to bed every night at 9 p.m. My parents want me to go to university to become a lawyer. The child jumped up and down on the bed. I'm driving home right now, but the traffic is terrible. See you in half an hour. Where are the kids? They're at school, of course. It's Monday. The prison was built in 1847. It could hold more than 300 prisoners. The ambulance driver arrived at the hospital in less than 5 minutes. I'm sick. I'm going to call my boss because I can't go to work tomorrow. The Man in the Iron Mask is a famous story about a man in prison. 2 weeks off. I'm going to stay at home and read books. All right, so we usually say the bank, the post office, the cinema, the station, the airport, the store, the doctor, the dentist, the pharmacy. So I need to go to the bank because I have a problem with my credit card. So it's the general place to go for money issues. I have to visit the dentist tomorrow, the general place to go for your teeth. And they are building a new airport because the old airport is not big enough. So a new airport is a kind of airport, and the old airport is a specific one. So why don't we go to the cinema tonight? I'm sick of watching television. I need to go to the post office before it closes. I must post these letters today. Did you know that the government is very close to the hospital in the center of town? Yeah, tomorrow we don't have to go to school because it's a holiday. The bus leaves in an hour. We are still a long way from the bus station. Can you please put the children to bed? They need to get up early tomorrow. King Lear by Shakespeare is playing at the theater. Let's buy tickets. Did you know that the university is offering a course in ancient Greek next year? All right, now we're going to use go to plus a noun and add the if you need it. So here's the example. If you want to see a film, you go to the cinema. If you want to catch a plane, you go to the airport. If you have a general health problem, you go to the doctor. If you have a bad car accident, you go to the hospital. If you kill someone and a police officer catches you, you go to jail. And if it's time to go to sleep, you go to bed. Okay, you're going to complete this news story. Last night there was a terrible car accident. 3 people were taken to the hospital. Also, a bank robber, James Farnell, was sent to prison for 5 years. From next year, it will cost more money to send your children to college. What will you do on New Year's Eve? This year, many people are staying at home. All right, now you're going to answer the question and decide whether you need the or not. So here's the example. Aster saw a horror film. She went to the theater. Joe was in a terrible car accident. He went to the hospital. Terrence needed some stamps. He went to the post office. Simon needed some bread and milk. He went to the store, or Simone, sorry, needed bread and milk, so she went to the store. David robbed a jewelry store. He went to jail. Frederick was very tired. He went to bed. And Jeremy had a very bad toothache. He went to the dentist. John decided that he is going to join the army after leaving school. Can you please get me the jar of honey at the top of the cupboard? I didn't get a great grade in the exam, but it's not bad. It's somewhere in the middle. And the cinema is showing a wonderful new science fiction film. I finally found my keys in the bottom of my bag. Please call the fire brigade. The kitchen is on fire. Cameron usually finishes work at about 6 p.m. Please turn at the next street on the right. All right, so now you'll look at these pictures and make your own sentences, deciding whether or not you need to use the or not. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.